Hello. Hello.
Hello.
Hello.
Hello.
Hello.
Hello.
Who bailed you guys out?
We're still trying to figure that out so we can pay it forward.
Hey, the Dinosaur News, sponsored by the British People's League. Beattie boy here with two friends of the British People's League. We don't have members. We don't have comrades. We have friends.
Very good friends.
Very good friends.
And they are going to report to you now on the turmoil at the Eaton Center and the surrounding of the PEGIDA demonstration for free speech in European history on Saturday, June 22nd. And this is Chop and this is Odinson. If they don't speak up, I'm going to beat them up.
We're going to do our best. So, this past Saturday, PEGIDA, down in Toronto, Ontario, Canada, we were vastly outnumbered. I just want to mention that
250, you said.
Upwards of 250 against.
I think it was 45.
250 communists, 45 mixed bag patriots. They say mixed bag because they sure as hell weren't all white. But hey,
any enemy of my enemy is of use to me.
What do you say to that? Oh,
yeah, man, they all serve a purpose to some degree.
As long as they get beat up and not you guys.
Hey, anything can be a shield.
Okay, joking aside. Go.
So on the other side, the dark side, ANTIFA there. I'm just going to name that right away. They shouldn't be taken lightly. Not at all. They're very well prepared.
Very well organized and well trained.
And clearly backed. They are well integrated into, the back rooms, the little circles, the powers that be.
Such as George Soros and Vice magazine.
Yeah. Their tactics.
Military.
Beyond. They're military.
Political soldiers for the communists.
Their tactics are 100% not accidental. They were floating in groups from point to point in throughout Toronto, not just following a group of Patriots, but all groups. And then as soon as they found a group, they all swarmed from different areas and got there and surrounded them. So it's not accident. They're in constant communication with each other, and their tactics are. They're brutal. They're not playing games. They're not sitting behind a computer creating memes. They're out there causing chaos and violence.
And the only way we're going to get around this, folks, we're going to have our young people get off the computers and off the softball games in the summer, because you can charter a bus. The big rally in 1989 up in the, what do I call the district? In Cottage Country. A couple of them came from Montreal and Ottawa, and they didn't know you could charter a bus. So you want to help out the cause and indirectly meet these guys, not in person right away. You got to send 1,000 emails and $1,000 before you get to meet them. I'm joking about $1,000. Whenever I beg for money and buy that, I'll slip it in. 2019 has been the best year. Chop has said it's a good year for the British People's League, and it is. But what they've said, and then I'll let them continue. It's a shock to me. A lot of you know how old I am. I've been beaten several times, blah, blah, blah. But never skillfully organized as these two brave white patriots have disclosed today. You're on, guys.
Like you said, get in the buses, get in a friend's vehicle, rent a van, do what you need to do. You need to get there in person. You need to be in the flesh. We need the numbers. We are vastly outnumbered at these events. It's one thing to be sitting behind a keyboard, a computer monitor. It's another thing to be there in the flesh. Okay, we need your support. We need your presence. We need your numbers.
And this is a first, what Chop just said. And it's a first. This is bragging. British People's League, here, bringing you this today with these two fine white patriots, brave men. Now, this is a first. In all the YouTubes around the globe, you prove to me by email, you listeners out there, you white patriots, genuine ones, prove to me anyone else has done a discussion, interview bullshit, this is a discussion. Anyone else who has people in person, and these people are in my studio, in the British People's League studio, our studio, not my studio, our studio, in the flesh in person. That's what we must do. That's community building. So don't tell me about Mark Collette and all the other great guys out there until they have people down the road. As one emailer put it, it's not what's in your email box that counts. It's who's in your neighborhood that counts. And here they are, in the neighborhood, in our studio. Okay, guys, you're back.
Even take small steps, like you said, in person. You got a small group of like-minded patriots in your neighborhood. Get together, have a beer, network, okay? You know one guy, that guy knows two guys, those guys know four guys. You got to network, you got to get together, okay?
Well, networking is not as hard as it sounds.
No.
Granted, you're not going to start talking to the top people right away, but just start as a yellow vester or something small. You start working in there. You can network with them. It serves a purpose. It's not the be-all, end-all. It's not an answer, but it serves a purpose. You can network from there. From there, you can grow, meet with other people. And the more you do, the better known you're going to be, and then the more you're going to be allowed to do.
The more respect. And speaking of which, the gentleman here, Oldenson, just talking, was pointing out, we had a discussion before we began the video today, that talk about networking. I'm ashamed because I didn't even want these guys to go down to there. I just didn't know if they'd be safe or not, big muscles and all. But the bottom line is, Oldenson was discussing while they were surrounded by Antifa outside downtown Toronto, Yonge and Dundas, surrounded in a spot, and Oldenson was talking to a lady on the PEGIDA on our side who coached him where the enemy was, who the enemy was.
We were in a building, doesn't matter where, in Toronto. We were in a building and we got a phone call. I got a phone call from just making this contact at PEGIDA, and was talking to her a bit, and then my phone rang as we were about to leave the building, and she asked where we were because she knew we were being stalked as well. And I told her where we were, and she freaked out. She said they're sitting outside on a bench.
Now that's networking. That is networking.
Without that contact.
Because of that call, we didn't have to go outside. We jumped on the subway, and we were able to outsmart them, outwit them, outplay them, I guess. And but it's all about networking. It's all about having that constant communication with each other, the same way that they have constant communication with each other on their side, and that's why they're using that constant communication, and that's why they're able to surround us and pick us off in masses. They got a whole team going around, flooding around, and as soon as they spot one, they make a call, and there's 30, 40, 50 guys there to squash that one.
Like, you got to take into consideration when you attend these events, and you have to attend these events, but when you do, you're not going up against a bunch of soft, live in your mama's basement types. This is a very, very organized, well-trained, militaristic group, okay?
Antifa's soy boys are just the puppets there. They're not the ones pulling the strings, and the soy boys, I don't give a shit. You've got 1,000 soy boys going after one tank. The soy boys are going to win because you can only fight so many people at once, and that's where they win there. But they're not being led by the soys. They're being led by the militant types.
Well, the thing is, to get the village young people, say 20s to 35, interested, they have to be shocked. So I'm going to slip this in. How about this for a shock? I'm in a village in cottage country, central East Ontario. Now, across the street, there's an art gallery for sale. So this woman kept bringing me soup and felt sorry for me, an old bachelor sick with the disease-ridden old Beattie, whatever. And suddenly, she says, you're not going to like who I'm bringing to town. Well, do you remember the Sidney Poitier movie, You Old-Timers 40 years ago? Guess who's coming to dinner? Well, anyway, some black church guys wearing Ethiopian hats, but they're Jamaican, I think. They're just around the corner. So 3 kids, that's fine. So I look out the window. The last couple of weekends, they've been taking photographs of the art gallery. And I believe they were trying to make me nervous to make John Beattie sell his house to move out of town. I don't believe they can afford the $65,000. But I'll tell you what, if they do get that church building, good! Because then you softball players, you beer drinkers 7 nights a week, you're going to have to get off your ass. You're going to be shocked. Oh, they're not going to come to Southeast Cottage Country.
That's well, they are. Everybody says, oh, not my town.
But it's going to happen.
Find me a town that doesn't have a mosque.
Right?
Yeah, even Lindsay, Ontario has a mosque.
Not in my town.
Right?
Until tomorrow.
Yeah, not in your town until it is in your town. That could be tomorrow, that could be next week, but it will happen. It's not avoidable, okay? You need to stand up. You need to get out of your house. You need to be in flesh doing something. Stand up, take a stand, stand with your brothers.
And
get
sisters.
out there.
And sisters.
And sisters, yes. Stand with your brothers and sisters. Get out there, okay? You got to be in the flesh.
And you can save your jobs. They're doing that right now. They're both janitors in a local high school, and they're saving their jobs with the masks.
You know, you can sit there and say until you're blue in the face, oh, it's so hard to meet, it's so hard to network, it's so hard. It's going to be a hell of a lot harder to find something to eat when the commies fucking take over the fucking country and you're sitting stuck in a cardboard box with 1,000 other families sharing a fucking piece of toast.
Now, you know what, folks? If I had heard this on the internet, I'd just say, oh, more BS, internet hysteria. See, even I got a checkup today and I'm okay for cancer. That's good. But the guy driving me, he's sympathetic to our cause. And he couldn't understand my optimism. Well, I've always had faith in our white race. And these fellows are proof of it. Here they are. Look at them. The genuine article. And believe me, I made mistakes on security in my life of political career, whatever you want to call it. But these fellows were, what do you call it, schooled and raised in a village near Wabashine, Ontario. And I happen to know somebody in Wabashine. So it's all been cleared, okay? 100%ers. The bottom line, what they went through is a shock to me. I would expect to read this in a paranoid right-wing website.
What kills me, John, is that, if you look at the ARC website and they report their report,
which is what ARC is, anti-racist website. Go ahead.
Yes.
Sorry to interrupt.
That's fine. When you read their report about what happened on the 22nd, if you read that and you see the little snippet of bullshit clips that they've edited, it shows that we're out there attacking them. That's not what happened at all. It takes no effort whatsoever for you to look up and find all kinds of unedited footage of what has actually happened to the Patriots that stood there and how fucking violent the ARC or the Antifa really are.
Our fellow Patriots, okay? Our fellow Patriots were set to go home peacefully, okay? We weren't going after anyone at all. Everyone was going home peacefully, okay? Their side, the enemy camp, followed, stalked, attacked, okay? Provoked, complete disregard for law enforcement. They were acting like law enforcement wasn't even there, okay? They don't care. They are militaristic, violent individuals who will stop at nothing to get blood.
And this number shocks me, 250. That's a shocker, I'll tell you. So, as you know, folks, it takes a lot of time for us to download. So I'm going to ask the two skinny little librarians here to capsulize any other thoughts they have, but I'm very proud of them. And I want you all to drink a toast the next time you're out having a beer to the brave fellows from Wabashine. Cheers. Cheers, guys. Now, have we missed anything? Have we missed anything? Well, I'll just add that if the black churchgoers buy across the street, it'll make world news. I'll tell you why it'll be world news. Look, when I ran for Deputy Reeve, they put it in the Israel newspapers in Israel. I'm telling you, if they get that across the street, it'll be the greatest thing ever happened, because it'll make you, white young men, squirm in favor of your children, in favor of your parents, our ancestry. Do something. Don't just watch videos. Your turn, guys. We'll give it another minute and a half.
Good.
Okay. God bless all of you. And I don't like to give lectures to people who are good. And those of you who are doing stuff like the lady in New York State, I'll get hell for even saying the state, and others on the blind copy list, you're doing stuff behind the scenes. So Chop and Odinson were not referring to you who are helping us behind the scenes, like the gift of this computer, the oil tank refill that I got, and I was going to be given the name of who did the oil fill refill. I didn't want to know the name in case I let it loose. As Chop had told me, 2019 is a good year for the British People's League. So thanks for listening, and we'll get this to you. And this ain't no game. But again, we're legal. We're legal. I don't even know how to do that. God, the last time I did it was in handcuffs. And then you killed Christ. I didn't know about the zero. Okay. Okay. It's June.
No. Hit the stop button.
It's okay. One more second. See, without the young guys wouldn't know what I'm doing. I just want to make sure. I don't think I said the date. Today is June 24th, 2019. We'll talk to you next time. And now I know one thing. I haven't even been looking in the camera. See, these guys distracted me. God damn it. I usually look in the camera because the girls say I have cute blue eyes. Goodbye.